Crypto ho ho. Merry Christmas. It is December 25th, 2020, and Bitcoin is on the cusp of hitting $25,000. That is up from $7,200 last Christmas, 2019. So Bitcoin is up about 250% since Bitcoin. That's 3.5x. So congratulations to anyone who bought Bitcoin last Christmas. That would have been one hell of a gift to yourself, or to someone else as well. So yeah, so today I wanted to dust off some tablets here and resurrect this relic from the past and impart some ancient wisdom on you all tonight. Some ancient crypto wisdom. All right, behold the 10 commandments of crypto. Number 1, thou shalt not commit FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out, and it is our human nature to chase rallies, whether they be in the stock market or in the crypto market. When we see something ascending sharply in price and in value, we want to get in on that action. And that is more often than not a recipe for disaster if we let our emotions run wild and get the best of us and dictate our actions. So we do not want to commit FOMO. We want to have a level head, and we want to take a deep breath, not make any rash investment decisions. All right? Number 2, thou shalt beware of FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So we want to be very aware of and cautious of any information that comes out that sparks fear and uncertainty and doubt. Sometimes, such information is legit, and then, obviously that needs to be looked at closely in the scope of our investments. But sometimes information is fabricated out of thin air, and it is factually inaccurate, and people are basically coordinating attacks on a certain project in order to scare people out of their positions to sell their coins, and so these people can then buy up those coins at a much cheaper price. So thou shalt beware of FUD. Number 3, thou shalt buy the dips. So in contrast to chasing rallies, we want to be buying when prices are low. Okay. We want to, what goes up must come down. So we don't want to chase the rallies when it's going up. We want to wait till it's coming down, and then when it starts to go horizontal, when it starts to go sideways, some people call that consolidation. That's more often than not the best time to enter a position, or to add to your position, to your existing position. All right, so we want to buy the dips. We also want to be careful that we're not catching falling knives. Falling knife is when you have a really steep correction. You want to wait till it starts to level out before you start entering or adding to your position. Otherwise, you may catch it 20% correction, and then it's just going to dump another 50% after that. So just wait, be patient, tame your emotions, tame the beast that is our emotional state, and it's going to be all right. Number 4, remember, not your keys, not your crypto. This is referring to your password and your seed recovery phrases for your offline storage devices, whether it's your Ledger, your Trezor, these are your cold storage devices. They are disconnected from the internet typically. They at least have that that ability, and the premise here is that you know, you're not giving this information, the password, the seed recovery phrase, info over to other people. Once you do, well, you no longer have full ownership, control, and possession over your coins. You've really given that up to someone else, at least partially. So the same thing as with exchanges. If you keep your cryptos on an exchange, just know that you don't have full possession, full control, full ownership over those coins. You are really at the whims of that exchange, and you know the variety of issues that could arise, which could complicate things for you with your cryptos. Number one, the exchange could get hacked and your funds could be withdrawn or could be stolen. Number two, the exchange could go down. That happens more often than you probably imagine. And then you have to wait till the exchange is up again. Number three, the exchange gets in trouble with the authorities, and all of the accounts are frozen on the exchange until, you know, the investigation is complete, or, you know, whatever's going on. We've seen that happen this year with was it OKX, I think, and yeah. So just know that if you're keeping your cryptos on exchanges, there are these risks to be aware of. If you're keeping them in your offline cold storage device, your biggest risk there is not making sure you don't lose your password and seed recovery phrase information. All right. Number 5, honor thy orange coin and preach the gospel of Satoshi to thy mother and thy father. Orange coin referring to Bitcoin. And you know, we want to honor the fact that this is the best performing asset of the last decade. Okay, $1,000 invested into Bitcoin in 2010 would be worth over $240 million today in 2020. Again, $1,000 10 years ago would have gotten you over $240 million today. So that just blows every other asset performance right out of the water. So honoring the orange coin and preaching the gospel of Satoshi to thy mother and father. You know, obviously our parents grew up in a different world, you know, per se. You know, things are just more technologically advanced now than they were, you know, decades ago, let alone, you know, a year or two ago. The rate of change and advancement in technology is really staggering, and it's, you know, just understanding where people are coming from, and also sharing the information with them, and so that they're able to take advantage of this once in a lifetime opportunity as well, as the world becomes increasingly digital, and we're seeing this new emerging asset class known as cryptocurrencies, and they're knowing their disruptive power and potential across many, if not every industry in the world. So yeah, just making other people aware of this this amazing opportunity. Number 6, thou shalt do your own research and take full responsibility for your investment decisions and outcomes. So that's really important, that you're, you know, taking everything you hear, including from myself, with a grain of salt, checking multiple sources, doing your own independent research and taking full responsibility for whatever investment decisions you make and the outcomes of them, whether good or bad. It's really up to you to determine what is your risk profile, what is your time horizon, and what are your investment/financial goals, right? You might be, 2 years from retirement, and you're probably going to have a more conservative risk profile than someone who's 20 years old just getting into cryptos, and they've got 40, 45 years before retirement. They're going to have a much higher risk profile, and they're going to have a much longer time horizon, so they can afford to take huge risks in order to potentially gain huge rewards. And if they lose it all, well, they've got decades, to get back on track. It's not a problem. So just be aware of that. Number 7, thou shalt write down your passwords and seed recovery phrases on paper, store them somewhere safe and secure, and not lose them. So we want to go old school with this one. We want to, whip out the pen and the paper, and we want to use that as our medium to record our passwords and our seed recovery phrases. We want to be really careful about storing this information digitally, whether it's on our phone, our laptop, our desktop, or tablets, whatever. Because once we do that, we're opening ourselves up to the risk of being hacked and that information being compromised and used against us to, steal our cryptos. So pen and paper is nice and offline, disconnected from the internet, and as long as you don't lose it. I use this. It's called a Shield Folio, little booklet here, and it's great. It's got all these cells. It's got 27 per page, and you can enter your password seed recovery phrase in the cells, each of the unique words, and then you can write your passwords at the bottom. Fun fact: the pages in here are water resistant and tear resistant, so a good little layers of durability there. To give you a little bit more longevity, hopefully. Yeah, you also want to be careful about not taking pictures of your passwords and seed recovery phrases, because again, then it's in the digital world, and it's at risk of being seen and compromised and used against you. Number 8. Thou shalt beware of shills and scams. So shills are basically people that are shilling their bags. They are promoting their coins in order to pump the price, right? So most of you probably heard of pump and dump. That's basically what this is alerting you to. Just know that that's a thing in cryptos, just like it is in stocks, and probably more so in cryptos. And so just, use your good judgment to gauge whether someone seems sincere, whether they're, a true believer in a project, a long-term hodler, or they're just looking to make a quick buck. And scams, obviously, there are a lot of scams in crypto as well. So keep a keen eye out, for that. Whether it is, in the YouTube comment section, someone impersonating your YouTuber that you're watching, but it's not a verified profile. And they're asking you to reach out to them or their financial advisor for more information or whatever. That's almost always a scam. Don't reach out to anyone about that. Is a good rule of thumb. Safe bet. Make sure that you're using correct links, correct URLs. There are a lot of scam sites impersonating legit sites, like Uniswap, for instance. Make sure that you're using the correct, Uniswap URL, and that you're you're entering the correct contract address into Uniswap when you're purchasing coins on Uniswap. Make sure you're getting those off of the Etherscan contract address. Yeah, and then number 9 is really an extension of thou shalt not. Thou shalt beware of scams, because it's just, I can't impress the importance of this enough. Thou shalt never send anyone your cryptos if someone promises they'll give you more crypto in return. These scams are rampant on YouTube, on crypto YouTube videos. There will be promotion, on display. Give me 1 ETH and we'll send you 2 ETH back, or send us 10 ETH, we'll give you 100 ETH back, or whatever. Those are always a scam. Don't ever send anyone your cryptos, especially if you don't know them, and especially if they're promising to send you more back in return. It's not a thing. It's not real. It's all a scam. And last but not least, number 10. Thou shalt hodl and have an exit strategy. HODL stands for hold on for dear life. It is a anagram for hold, and it's a more extreme form of holding as applied to the cryptocurrency space, because volatility is a lot more extreme in cryptos than in other markets typically. So so we want to hold on for dear life. We want to weather the storm. We want to be patient. And if you really believe in a project, patience will pay off as you weather the storm that is a bear market, which can be multiple years, is how it works in the past cycles. So hodl on. And as for having an exit strategy, hodling is one thing, but if you never sell, you're never gonna, realize any profits, right? So you need to sell, but it's best to have an exit strategy. At what price you're gonna sell, how much you're gonna sell. Is it, I try and withdraw my initial investment when a coin doubles in price or triples in price or quadruples in price. I try and withdraw my initial investment, take that money off the table, park it on the sidelines, and then now I'm just playing with the house money. Now, whatever happens with that price, I have nothing to lose at that point, because it's all free money, right? So that's just an example of exit strategy, right? People may say, when Bitcoin hits 100K, I'm going to sell whatever, half of my Bitcoin, and then when it hits 200K, I'm going to sell my other half, or at 100K, I'll sell 10%, and then at 200K, I'll sell 10%, and 300K, all the way up to $1 million. Everyone has their own exit strategy, but make sure that you are locking in profits along the way, so you're not left holding your bags when we hit the next possibly multi-year bear market. And I wish you all the best in luck. I am not a financial advisor, so everything I say here is only for entertainment purposes. I think that's all I have for now. So this is San Fran Crypto, or as you can refer to me tonight as Santa Fran Crypto. Signing off. Sweet Santa dreams, and we'll see you soon.